God damn it, you've ruined the moment, Peter. 15 months, thank you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to... Get some tunes back on. Our little tier list here on who in the SPL we would allow to date my imaginary my imaginary daughter. Let's say she's 21. That's got to be about the median age, right? 22? 22. My imaginary 22-year-old daughter. So who would we let date her, who wouldn't we? I think I've sorted the teams by players. Valks here. Then we got Titans. And we got Scarabs. Then we got... Not the Pittsburgh Knights, which you might think. But whatever that team's called, the only Warriors. Dragons. Leviathans. Kings. And finally the Bolts. This is so weird. You're so weird. Originally, one of my tiers did say I would guide them in. And that was going to be the top tier, but I decided to remove that. I felt like that was an insult to my imaginary daughter. So, let's get it going. Should we just start? Should we go? I wonder if we should go role by role or team by team, or if I just pick them. Could I put them on the wheel? If I could put them on the wheel, that would be great. Hey, Sam. You're a nice guy. I agree you're a nice guy. Team by team, you think? Team by team, okay. You do have diabetes? Yeah, you gotta look out for the genetics of the children, you know? Who's Marshmallow? That's Stu. By role, by team. I think I'll just go by team because I've got them sorted that way already. We could start with the bolts. Let's start with the bolts. Let's have a think. Haddix. How do we feel about Haddix? I feel like Haddix is kind. He's polite. He's probably taller than me, which might be slightly emasculating, you know? You've got to worry about that kind of thing. But I think Haddix is probably okay. Trying to think if he's at full blessing or grudgingly accept. He's in one of these two tiers here, for sure. He did get a ban for the Game Awards. He was a young man at the time. But that might bring him down to grudgingly accept, yeah. I think that's grudgingly. I think I would be like, that's okay. I might put like a little bit of token complaining in there, but mostly I'd let him through, you know? I'd let him through. Jake. What do you think about Jake? Jake's a troll. He's mostly harmless, but he's a mess. You have to say he is a mess. I don't know if he's getting to be less of a mess. You got to. I've seen his room. I've seen his bedroom. I'm not sure I want him making a mess. I think he could be fun to have around, though. I feel like, you know, like dinner table conversation and stuff like that. I feel like he could be fun to have around. I think my wife and my imaginary wife would get on well with him. She'd like him. But at the same time, I'm going to slowly turn my daughter against him. I'm going to get rid of him. He's gone. Lassa Boy. Lassa Boy. I feel like this team is a strong team for this sort of, for dating my daughter. If I was going to pick one team to date my daughter, it might be this one. They're definitely a strong team. Laspra, he's got to be full blessing. I would have no problem having him around. He would be great at Christmas. I reckon he gives really good gifts and has a collection. Maybe he'd wear something great. He'd wear like a Santa outfit or something to Christmas, and I'd love that. I'd be all over it. And I think he'd make a great father. So maybe I'd get some grandkids on the way. He's in there, full blessing. I wouldn't go as far as to sabotage birth control to keep Lassa in the family, though. I'm not sure if I would for anyone. We're gonna have to find out. We're gonna have to find out. Barracuda. See, Barracuda pre-beard, I think would be a lot easier to put very high up. But that beard that he's got nowadays, what's he hiding under there? What's he grown it for? Where did it come from? He would eat, like, I would wake up, right? I'd wake up, right? He'd been staying over the night before. Wake up, go downstairs. Toast time. No fucking bread left in the house. Barra has eaten a loaf of bread in the 4 hours he's turned up to my fucking house and railed my daughter. Which would upset me. That would upset me. I'd be waiting for my breakfast toast, and there would be no chance of it. He might let me touch his ring, though. His SWC winner ring. Wait, no, he won the season 1. And I'd like to touch one. That does have to be said. He might let me wear it. Yeah, closest I'd get. It's true. Would I give Barra my... I think I'd give him my full blessing. I think he's too wholesome not to. Too wholesome. He's also a world's winner. Ro. He's a wonderful man. He is, however, Australian. You've got to take the Australian... And yes, that's true. I'd be, you know... I'd be gone for a few days from my house. Next thing I know, he's in my bed with my wife. He cannot be stopped. He must take control. It's a worry. It's a worry for me with Ro. So I think... I'm going to put my imaginary wife, okay? It's my imaginary wife and my imaginary daughter. I think I'm going to put Ro in that would slowly turn my daughter against them tier. Because he'd be slowly turning my daughter against me. And I think he'd beat me. I'll be honest. I think I would lose this battle. But god damn it if I wouldn't try. God damn it if I wouldn't try. Ven! He's great. You've seen the selfies after winning games. Is that a dead meme now? Ven selfies after wins? Or has it just been a while since votes have won? I don't know. He does cook. He cooks well. He's got dogs. He's in a committed relationship right now, I think. And he seems to be good. I reckon he would treat me... I think he would treat my daughter and me well. I think Ven and I would actually get on very well. I think he'd get on with anyone's dad quite well. I think he's quite a dad guy himself. He's a bit of a dad. Wouldn't you say? He does have a World's Ring and an MVP trophy, so that's another big one for me getting to touch it. So I'm going to put him in full blessing as well. Pretty high scoring team here. The Bolts. They've done well. Bro, listen, you cannot tell me that I'd be away for a weekend, I'd come back home, and my imaginary wife would have been... You would have taken my place. You would have taken my place and replaced me. Just for a couple nights. Just for a little while. But that's it. I can't trust you. And I also said that you would win this battle. You'd be turning my daughter against me. And you'd win the battle. Okay, Biggie. The next Australian. As we know, Australians originally, they are descended from criminals. It's a true fact. They are descended from criminals. Aren't we all, though? Probably. Yeah, probably. Biggie's quite big. He's quite soft-spoken. I see him on Twitter. And he is a bit of a menace, I feel. Let's have a look here. Let's get some evidence. Let's get some evidence here. Let's see what Biggie's been up to lately. We gotta have a look. Seven more. Okay. This is all fine. It's not too bad. Men +1. Shut up. What else has he been saying? I don't know. I feel like he might be okay. Maybe I've misjudged him. He would cheat on my daughter. Yeah, it was dangerous. Gloss over the salmon. That was a great tweet. I'm gonna put Biggie. I'm gonna put him above Roe because that's gonna tilt Roe. But I wouldn't trust him. I don't trust him. Wait, if I don't trust him, then he's got to be here. Really, I don't trust him. Yeah, there's something about him. You're there for the wife anyway? Fuck's sake. If you could unsub, you would. Bro, we know you love to sub. Don't be fucking joking around here. You'd never unsub. Okay. Big man things. Let me have a think about big man things here. I do trust him. I do trust big man. Would he show... He would not like attending things. He would be like, I'm going to come to the Christmas event, and then he'd be 4 hours late, I think. And he'd have forgotten to bring the cheese, which he promised. He said he would do the cheese. I don't even eat cheese, but he said he would do the cheese, and he didn't bring it. I think I would grudgingly accept him. I think we'll grudgingly accept big man things. Yeah, he stopped wearing hats lately. Has anybody noticed that? No cap? Spend all his money on FIFA points? Very true. He would spend all his time playing FIFA instead of with my imaginary daughter. Which I don't know. That's bad for her. Not that bad for me. I don't really care. But he better get sticking a grandkid in there sometime soon. Okay. Genetics. Next up. Thanks very much, Zint, for the 4 months. Genetics. I think I can't think. He does have diabetes, which is, you know, it's a mark against him. You have to say it's a mark against him. But he's also quite nice. He's got himself a degree, so he theoretically has a life after Smite already kind of sorted out. Family burdened with medical bills. We live in the UK, bro. No such thing as medical bills. We're fine. He does have a lot of strange ideas. A lot of strange ideas about Smite. Where else do those ideas go? I don't know. What's the life equivalent or the bedroom equivalent of Fenrir with teleport? Or whatever else he's doing. Teleporting over to solo to invade blue. I don't know. But I do worry about it. Often. Almost all the time. Damn, this tune. I don't want to listen to Sam talk about Smite, but I think Smite... I mean, I won't have to see him that much until they're in a long relationship, and by that time, we're not too worried about Smite, I think. I think I would accept Sam into my family. I think he'd be a pretty decent member of the family. Not as great as these three. I don't think I'd love him to be my son-in-law, but I would like it well enough. 5 teleports? That is big. What is he like? It's like Horus, but you don't have to pick a bad character. You just have to build 5 bad relics. I like that. The Roid. The Roid. Now, the Roid I know some things about. He's a fantastic Smite player. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong about the Roid. Fantastic Smite player. But remember the Jing Wei bug? Nico, thanks for the 14 months. That's fantastic stuff. 12 months. You're in month 10 of the 12-month gifted subscription you got from Rock Leo. That's crazy. The Jing, the hitting the fire giant thing was a bit criminal. That was all of Sanguine, or maybe in for that one. Then again, roll with the coach. The coach. Anyway, don't worry about it. But Netrioid, I think he has a girlfriend at the moment. He's been traveling to see her. Seems quite committed. Lloyd is loyal IRL, but boy does he change Smite. Yeah, I did hear he was very loyal during the Roster Apocalypse session. For me, he seemed like he comported himself pretty well as soon as he got a spot. and was loyal and behaved himself very well. He does play a lot of the same character. Is that trustworthy? Is it not? I don't know. Ram, pretty good. No, you know what? I think I'd grudgingly accept the roid. Benjamin Knight. Next up, already married, so it would be a divorced man dating my daughter. That's a point against him. Right. How's his grip on a fork and knife? I'm not gonna lie to you. If my imaginary wife sees him licking his hands at the dinner table to grab a hold of his fucking steak knife, he's out. He's out. He does main Joel, which... He doesn't main Joel, to be fair. He mains the SPL. He has made every single SWC and lost every single one, so I feel like him and I would have a lot of common ground on that. We're both born losers. Which is, it's not nice, but I reckon we could bond on that. A couple whiskeys, him and I. Oof. Could go down well. I already know him very well as well. Do I want my daughter dating a loser? That's a good question. I think I would... I'm gonna grudgingly accept it. I don't want... You know, I would rather my daughter wasn't dating a widow. Like Twig. But I'm gonna grudgingly accept him in there. Well, if the first time he licks his hands at the dinner table, though, he's out. He's spin kicked so fast. I don't think he'll even see it coming. It'll be incredible. The Guinness World Book of Records, fastest speed a jaw has ever hit. As he fucking flies across the room. Harry, strong surname. That is a big point. I've not been considering that at all. But if my daughter were to end up with the last name Cummings, the boys down the pub would be taking the piss out of me. It has to be said. They'd be like, how'd you feel about that, Paul? How'd you feel about that one? I'd be like, fuck you, John. Yeah. Lego, thanks for the 3. She could just keep her surname. That is true. We are living in the 21st century, Faye, but you gotta consider all angles. You'd come in and spin and kick them, you'd take them out. Harry, he's tall. He's thinning around the top, so we could bond around that. That would go well. We could chat about it. We could say, I could be like, I'm trying this Alpecin caffeine shampoo. Have you tried that, Harry? And we swap tips. That could be big. And he loves a bevy, which is big. He could drink with me. He would last Christmas Day, no problem. A Scottish Christmas Day, Harry would get through it well. He's Scouse as well. The best form of English. It's not saying much, but it's something. So I think I'm going to put him in the would grudgingly accept column. Bro, whatever we call it. I would accept Harry. Yeah. Food. I've got food. That's fine. Hark the Shark. He's just fantastic, isn't he? He's kind. He's cuddly. He's a fantastic RTO player. I feel like he's quite tall. He can drink too. Oh, I didn't know that. He could drink. I feel like he'd do well in a family gathering as well. He can play multiple roles. Does that come into life? Of course it does, chat. You've got to be flexible in a relationship as you are on a Smite team. Hardcore, willing to do anything for the dub. He'll play ADC. He'll play solo. He'll play whatever you want. It's a YouTube playlist I'm listening to, Ayana. This is Persona 5 OST. Wake Up, Get Out There. Instrumental version. He plays RTO in ranked unironically. And he was on Sanguine when they did cheat. Stays loyal. I think he would stay loyal. I mean, you think about the team. We've never heard of any issues with Hark the Shark. Sanguine as a unit have been a very solid roster. They've done what needs to be done. You know, the only roster change they've had is Netrioid out, and then they had Julio for Zap. So they've had a couple roster changes in like 3 years, right? Hark didn't make one Worlds, hasn't won a World, so maybe him and I could bond again on that kind of thing. I think Hark gets my full blessing. Okay. Oxy. I know very little about Oxy. I'm not going to lie to you all, chat. All I know is he comes in here and he checks my predictions all the time. And he'll... I think he's unhappy no matter what I predict. If I've predicted them winning, he's unhappy. If I predicted them losing, he's unhappy. He has a full notebook. Yeah, that's good. He's sus? We think Oxy's sus? I'm not too sus of Oxy. I'm sus of... Shinto's the one I'm sus of. I feel like Shinto... If I hear him... we'll get to it in a minute. Anyway, I'm putting Oxy in the would grudgingly accept. Panatom. Wonderful. Panatom is wonderful. He's so kind, I reckon. I mean, look at that face. He's so kind. I think he's a good ranked player. I think he's a role player for Leviathans, and has been throughout his career. He does what has to be done for the team. He fills any role, and he would fill any... Is Panatom a good cook variety? That could be big. That could be a big plus. That could be a huge plus, in fact. I would love that. I think I'd give Panatom my full blessing. Wrong you. You already know this motherfucker's top. He's tip top. Tell me one thing you don't like about Ronnie. Oh my god. Look at him. He's in there. He's up. He's the first man to make the top roll. I'm in there with a pin and a magnifying glass. Some babies in there. That's all I'm saying. No doubt. No doubt that Ronnie is top tier. Shinto. If I picture this, you're sitting down in the living room. It's, you know, you've just had a lovely family meal. You're chilling out on your own, watching some TV, having a whiskey. And you hear Shinto up the stairs. Rent free, lol. Keep sucking. I'm about to come, pussy. To your 22-year-old daughter. I'm not having that in my home. I won't be accepting that. That can't happen. I cannot be dealing with that. On the dizzle. He's got to go. I'm forbidding the relationship. I'm forbidding it. It's not a spin kick. It's not a spin kick. He's not quite there. But I'm not dealing with that. Yeah. I don't trust him. I don't trust Shinto. I can't. Steven Zapas. He seems like he's happy with his wife. He seemed like he's very much on the leash, which I like to see. I do like to see this. He has 2 rings, so maybe I could have one. 2 dogs, another widow. That is worth noting. He would be a widow in this situation. We're going to assume no divorcees, just widows. For those who are in, who are married or in very committed relationships. He's a double. He's a doubler. A 2-time. Who knows? He could even be a 3-time by that point. But you've got to look back. We've heard some things about Zap. The console team thing. Considered a little bit dodgy. He has always been top streamer. Very, you think about how much effort he's put into his stream over the years. Consistently puts in the hours. And from what from my interaction with Zap, he's a cool guy and I like him. So I think, let me think about this. How much do I trust him? How much do I trust him? to treat her right. I trust him to treat her right, actually. I've thought about it, and I trust him. I want to put him in the would grudgingly accept. He's a changed man. Yeah, Fleur and him seem to get on very, very well. He seems like he's grown up a lot. He's an adult as well, which helps. He would be a bit old for my imaginary daughter. But I could get past that. Could I get past that? Maybe. I'll try. I put Barra above him, and he's older, right? Or similar age? Fuck, I forget. No, I think Zap's older. How old's my imaginary daughter? We're saying like 22, 23. It's a bit of a tune. Bit of an 8-bit tune. Alec Fonzo. Look at that gleam on those glasses. I trust him. I do trust him. I think he's been in a relationship with his like high school sweetheart for a long time as well. He's been reliable thus far, for sure. It is Mewmore National Park, Pokemon Gold and Silver Remix is the song. I trust him. And I'm gonna give him my full blessing. Hurrowwind. Good guy. You've got to consider as well that he has an engineering degree. He has an engineering degree. He's got a career. He's got a career. He could support. You know, I don't want to have to be loaning him money, you know? There is the Tower Boy debacle. There is the Tower Boy debacle. Fine says I'm Irish. Yeah, he would not do well in Scotland. Well, no, it's banter though. It's banter. It's good banter. It's good, passable banter. Hurrowwind. He is a mid laner. That's true. That's a mark against him. Then the only mid laner who's made it above would grudgingly accept so far. Wonder what the most powerful role is. Alec does have a good banner for an American. I agree. Hurrowwind. Yeah, I like him. He's got a degree. This is a classic virtual song. He is, I'm gonna say it, Hurry's a little bit whiny though. He's a little bit whiny. Sometimes I'm like, Hurry, come on, man. But I do like him. I think I'd grudgingly accept Hurry. I'd let him in there. Hurrowwind. Is that the name? Okay, Panda Cat. He would ratio me. I don't know if I could. How would I do with if he was, you know, I'd be like hanging out, you know, New Year's Eve with all the family. I'm like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, everybody. Have a great day. And he's like, it's morning plus shut up plus ratio, which I'm not a fan of. He's Ukrainian. Scotland are playing against Ukraine soon. There's something, yeah, I don't know. Do I trust him? Where would Benny Q be on this list? I don't know. I haven't thought about it too much. He is hench, which would scare me. He would ratio my daughter. Ratio plus I slept with your daughter plus fuck you, Hazer. Yeah, I can't be dealing with that. I cannot be dealing with that. I'd have to slowly, I might even have to forbid it. I think I have to forbid it. He's gonna ratio me by saying he slept with my daughter. I cannot have that. He's gotta go. It's kind of weird. It is weird. It's true. Kabom. Look at that smile. How could you say no to that? Great dog. Great social media presence. Has worked as an admin, so has had a real non-kind of Smite player job. So understands the world a lot better than the rest of these bozos. I think he's a strong pick, for sure. I think he's a strong pick. He has a ring. He might, and he, you know what? Kabom would let me touch it. He'd maybe give me it for Christmas or something. I feel like he's that thoughtful. He's that kind of thoughtful guy. Is it full bless? I think it's one of the top 2 roles. One of the top 2 roles for sure. Yeah, he gave the Spice Boys a summer house, which means he has a summer house, which means he comes from money, which means I can go on holiday to his summer house. Who the fuck has a summer house, dude? I'm going to the summer house, dude. Yeah, you know what? He might be... I'm putting him in there. He's in. He's in. He's top tier for me. Top tier for me. Full blessing, yeah, but there's no negatives, and I'd like to keep him around, and I have to put a baby in so that, you know, I get full use. Great guy. Next up, Polar Bear Mike. He's very handsome. He's got a ring. He's a great guy. There is something I worry about with Mike, though. Have you all kept up with Mike's shower thoughts and Mike's, you know, his Twitter ramblings and things like that? Would he be a terrible influence on dinner table conversation? I have to ask it. Would you be sitting at the dinner table and he'd be like, I can't believe you'd even have your sprouts touching your gravy, Hazer, you fucking idiot. That's the most wrong thing I've ever seen in my life. And here's why. And he just monologue for 10 minutes about sprouts and how green and brown can never touch. He might say, I might just point at him every so often and he'd go, you're telling me an alien boy this? Which would be great. That'd be fantastic. I would like that. I do worry about the dinner table conversation, the dinner table arguments, maybe even. They would be in good faith. He would be talking in good faith, but maybe I'd get upset. What if I got upset? He is handsome. He would have great babies. I'm gonna grudgingly accept Mike. I'm not poking those condoms. That's where I am. That's where I'm at. I'd accept it. Listen, you aren't considering the full picture. You aren't considering the father-son-in-law relationship. Because that's where the problems are going to come in. Father-son-in-law relationship. It's not going to go well. I could definitely go up one tier on this one, but I shan't. Shall I? You know what, chat? To say it to you, I'm between these two. I'll put him up. I'll put him up one. I'll grudgingly give him my full blessing. How about that? Grudgingly, I will give him my full blessing. I ain't poking no fucking holes in no fucking condoms, alright? Okay. Next up, Samuel for Soccer 2. Sam Waxman. I feel like he's a good guy. I like him. I would like to spend more time around him, for sure. Hey, Ronnie. You're in there. Watch out, Ronnie. Bring your own. That's all I'm saying. Is if you're ever around, bring your own. I feel like Sam's just great, kind. I have no issues with him whatsoever. I'm gonna put him in and give him my full blessing. Good morning. He has cats. I feel like he's always interesting to talk to. The KK Bubblegum? I don't know what that is. Is that this song? Oh, yeah, it is. I'm on a playlist so that I don't get DMCA'd, hopefully, when this goes to YouTube. We'll see. Dardinho. I think I trust Dardes. I do trust. I've teamed with him. I trust him. I think he is French. Is that good or bad? I thought, well, French, we get on well with the French in Scotland. We like the French. You will hate Dardes if your daughter won't. Oh, you will date Dardes. I read hate. You will date. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Dardes is not angry. Dardes is super chill. Problem is he does play a bit too much WoW. WoW is like a -2, maybe, which is a problem. But he does live in Paris. Like, his family live in Paris. Maybe we get invited over and we could do a family Christmas. All of this is all based on Christmas for me, honestly. It's all based on like what Christmas would be like with this person. Dardes would do well at a Scottish family Christmas, although he'd be upset about like the way we drank wine and things like that. He'd be like, huh, why are you drinking white wine out of a red wine glass? We're like, fucking it, I'll drink out of the ball if you want, Dardes. Bastion. His name's Bastion, which is a +1. It's a +1. I'm gonna put him in the... He's full blessing or grudgingly accept. I'm gonna put him in the full blessing, I think. I would give him my full blessing. Where's Vote? He's here. He's got a hat on. See? Okay. Chuck. Another Australian. And you cannot trust the Australians. What I would say, though, is Chuck is one who I've had a fantastic... I think me and Chuck's dad would get on so well. Can you imagine? You're at home at Christmas, you get a package through the door, you're like, what's this? And he's drawn a caricature of your whole family to put on the wall. Yes! I love that. I love that. But he is a criminal because he's Australian. That is true. He has 2 rings. He might let me wear one. That's true. They're only coach rings, which only count as half. So he has 1 ring. His dad's a cartoonist, if you didn't know. He draws like newspaper cartoons, and he's drawn like cool ones for Smite. If you haven't seen him, I think it's Harry Bruce. Let me look. Back to Twitter. I want to show. Harry Bruce. There it is. Harry Bruce Toons. And he draws some cool, lots of vaccine-related stuff, but also he draws cool Smite-related stuff sometimes, which is awesome. He's a good man. Who would I enjoy spending Christmas with the most? It's that and a number of other things, but I think Chuck goes into full blessing. Full blessing. Neil Ma. Before I even knew Neil, this is a true fact, by the way. Before I knew Neil, I was like, I think I would really enjoy going for a pint with Neil Ma. I think I would. And I still feel the same. He is a fraud, but he has 2 fraud rings, which is very true. Very true that he has 2 fraud rings. I would like to spend time with Neil. I really would. He's Albertan. Is that a danger? What's wrong with Alberta? Give me the lowdown look at you, Long. What happens in Alberta? What do the Albertans do? He's Canadian. Canada is like Scotland. If you think about it, it's the hat of another awful country who think they're a lot better than they are, and you often get lumped in with them for no real reason. Which is a problem. I'm gonna put Neil and give him my full blessing. Am I gonna put him in? I think I'm gonna move him up. I think he goes there. I think he's in. I think he's in there. I think I would really like Neil to be my son-in-law. I think that could be wonderful. I think he would let me wear the ring. Wouldn't he? Wouldn't he? He would, right? He would. Nika P. Nika P. What do we know about Nika? He's Georgian. The country. That's cool. His parents moved to England, so they speak good English. That's fine. I don't have to learn Georgian or whatever. So that's a good thing. He's committed to the queue. He hits the queue. He'll be streaming, so you can check on him. I can always know what he's up to. If I want to know what he's up to, I just check the stream to see what's happening in the queue. Maybe I hit the queue. We see what happens. Now, he's a bit of a victim. He's a bit of a victim, you know? We're talking Hurry's the #1 whiner in the SPL. Nico's up there. He might be number 2. Why are they ganking me again and again and again? What's happening? He did date Pokimane, so that might, you know, open doors for maybe Sander. Join Discord, Sander. Sander. I don't know what this reference is, but if Sander doesn't join Discord right fucking now, I'm gonna be so angry. Okay. Joel, Skype. I'm gonna give Nico my full blessing. I trust him. I trust him. Then again, is he not just hurry but without a degree? If you really think about it. If you really think he isn't a mid laner, so that's +1, I guess. I would grudgingly accept. Neither has a ring. Neither. Yeah. Neither's going to take it on the chin well. So I'll grudgingly accept them in. They'll be good around the family. I think they'd both be great fathers, actually. Both be fantastic fathers. Although, they'd be complaining about the childbirth while my imaginary daughter's doing all the work. I'm tired. I want to go home. I've been in the hospital for so long. God, you're so fat now. That'll be them. Okay. Next up, Quavo Fred. He's a menace. You have to say, he's a definite menace. I paid $4,000 for this kitchen table and chairs, and you fucking removed them. What do you mean? Now we've got 5 chairs. What am I gonna do with 5 chairs? How am I gonna arrange them around the table? He's ruined one. I don't know how much I can deal with that. Quavo Fred, very handsome though. Has had a great glow up. Who knows how much he could glow up in the future? Could be one to invest in, you have to say. He only goes up. Will he hit my daughter's ass like he hit the chair when he won Worlds? Right. I don't want to think about that, alright? This is my imaginary daughter we're talking about here. I don't want to consider that. But I do have to. It does have to be taken into account. He wears a chain. He does. You've got to say he does wear a chain. Which worries me. It worries me. And it should worry all of YouTube. You see a guy with a chain? A little bit of a fuckboy. It has to be said. That's menace. That's menace behavior. It could be gang related. That's true. It could be gang related. I think I'm gonna slowly turn my daughter against him. Because I feel like if I forbid it, that would just make him all the more attractive to her. He's a bad boy. He's a bad boy. I bet he has piercings. Maybe even a cock piercing. Maybe a cock ring. Wait, a cock ring? I've been told that I don't understand penis piercings. I don't trust him. Anyway. Next up. The natural born killer. Could he be the natural born son-in-law? Big bonus. We're gonna have no problems with him understanding my family, with me understanding his family. There's gonna be no cultural mess. None at all. It's gonna be fantastic. That's one thing you've got to say. I did see him in a suit. He was looking good. I was disappointed he didn't wear a kilt, Ronnie. I'll be honest with you. He probably like has a kilt. Maybe he has a kilt at home. Didn't bring it with him. That's a -1, honestly. Didn't wear a kilt. Dream. Thanks for the 8. Jesus. How are you getting a kilt here, man? America's full of kilts, vote. One day before he needed it? Okay, yeah, that's tough. If you only had 1 day notice. Demona Bear. Thanks for the prime. But yeah, America's full of kilts. Everybody's got a kilt there. They're like, yeah, I'm part of the MacTavish clan, actually. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a castle up in Perth. I love it. I went there. I went there, and then I played golf. He is bald. Some poor genetics there. Do I? Well, no, do you know what, to be fair? Doesn't count. Doesn't matter. From what I've heard, the genetics of the baldness comes from the mother's father. So that child is fucked regardless, because that's me. That child is fucked. So, GG. Although my mum's dad still has fucking loads of hair. Don't know what's going on there, and he's like 70. I would give vote my full blessing though. I would give him my full blessing. Baronic. You know what the big plus for Baronic is already? Oh, no problem, vote. The big plus for Baronic already is Momaronic. Have any of you seen Momaronic on Twitter? Absolutely lovely. Absolutely wonderful. I haven't seen Dadaronic around too much. I haven't seen Dadaronic. I need to keep an eye out. But I think, yeah, that would be good. He uploads vids of him yelling when we win? Yes! I love that. I love that his parents fully support him and what he's getting up to. There's a few, it's more common in the NA players, I think. But there's a few parents you see around, or non-European anyway. Because you see it for the, well, you see it for Chuck as well, right? But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Baronic's family seem very lovely, very supportive, which is a big plus, because you've got to consider that when the families inevitably come together, wedding days, Christmases maybe, you know, whatever you can make happen. You just want to see a union of your two families that works. And I think this is one that would. I think this is one that would. Brandon, strong name, for sure. He did play console for a long time. You've got to consider the fact that he came from Xbox. I've not really thought about this up until now. It's Brandon. Fuck, Brandon. Yeah, I did think it. Yeah. So Brandon, weak name. Brandon, strong name. He did come from console. You've got to consider that if you come from console, he's almost certainly hopped on the open mic on Modern Warfare 2 and said some things that could come back to bite the family. I'll say it. I'll say it. But then again, for my daughter's sake, I like him. I like him. I definitely accept him. Would it be grudging or would it be a full blessing? I almost feel like I need another tier. He would definitely be like, accept? Would it be full blessing? Yeah, I think it'd be full blessing. You know what? Oh, God. Okay. The would give my full blessing tab is getting awfully big. I need to burn some bridges here. I really do need to burn some bridges. The boat. The boat. I mean, he's wonderful, isn't he? I don't think... there's no way he's a low tier guy. I think he's polite. He's kind. He gets on really very well with Wraithen. And if you think about it, Wraithen's basically the archetype of a father. He is a father. You know, they work out together. It'd be like I could fill the Wraithen role for Inbound. He's a sup mate. He surely has anger issues. I feel like he doesn't get angry. I trust him. He has dyed his hair a couple times, which does worry me. That does worry me. A little bit. I'll say it. He also comes from console. It's true. But I feel like he comes from the childish wonder side of console. Does that make sense? I'm gonna put him in full blessing. Full blessing. Scream. His main god in Smite is a cat. He often says he's done fucking around. But he never is done fucking around. He's always been fucking around the whole time. Huge ego. It's a problem. He does have a ring, though. Would he let me touch the ring? I don't think he would. I think he'd tease me with the ring. He'd be like, oh, I didn't get it. Oh, didn't get it. Oh, didn't get it. But he did. He did that one time do the bear thing, which was pretty epic. I really liked the epic bear. His dad's goated. You think me and his dad would get on well? Spracklin? Is Spracklin a good name? What'd my daughter be called? Let me think of a name. Let's say my daughter's called Kate. Kate Spracklin. Kate Sprack. You Spracklin, Kate? She would get some of that in high school. What you Spracklin today, Kate? I'd forbid it. I'd forbid it. And I wouldn't, yeah. I'd straight up forbid it. There's nothing Scream could do to stop me. But yeah, married before high school? That is a good point. I don't have to take high school into consideration here. I really do not. But you know what? That's fine. Stu. Let's talk about Stu for a minute here. Stu does talk about how he's looking for a white woman already, which worries me. It scares me. Also, would he use his relationship with my daughter to move himself up the tier list? He's one who I worry about that with. But he is hot. He soloed Zapman. That is true. But he also got soloed by Emil. Also true. Stu's a bit of a fuckboy. I worry about where he'd be going. Where he'd be going with this relationship. Would it last? I don't know. I think I trust him. Enough. Enough. He has a nose ring. Is that a plus or a minus? I don't know. I don't really have strong feelings. Do I have strong feelings on that? I don't. I don't. Refusing Chads to date your daughter? Of course. I'm the only Chad in this family. Would I let my daughter date someone in 8th? Well, they're not 8th. Oh, he's 8th on the tier list. That is true. Well, I'd move him up. I'd move him up to at least 7th as a matter of family pride. But don't tell him that, because then he'll... But that is what I worry about. What if that was why he was there? I'm going to grudgingly accept... He's between these two. You know what? I've been too mean to Stu on too many tier lists. He's got to go full blessing. He's full blessing. Today's the day. He's made it up there. Get a diverse extended family? Yeah, that's good for us. Slaney. Him and Faye seem to get on well. He seems to... Yeah, I think he treats her well. That's the way it seems. She can correct us if she's here. Faye, where would you put him? He would drink me under the table. Which is a problem. He drinks too much milk. Definitely would poke holes. I don't need to know that, Faye. Faye's not in the SPL. I don't have to rank her. He has a massive cock too. How big? Well, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's the kind of thing I don't need to know, Harry. This is my imaginary daughter we're talking about here. I don't want to hear that. I do trust Slaney. I think coaches inherently are more trustworthy than the other roles, for sure. They don't have they're not allowed to have the egos, you know, their ego's checked at the door. He's an alcoholic, that's a plus. That's +1. Slaney wouldn't have a problem with Scotland either. He could deal with the banter well, he'd deal with the culture well, for sure. I'm gonna give Slaney my full blessing. Another full blessing. There's a lot of full blessings going on here, chat. It's not a cop-out. Salt! Up next! Let's talk about Salt here. He's a youngin'. Is he a menace? I think he's, I think Salt is harmless, deliberately, but he has made some mistakes in his life. He would never stop talking about Tesla and Elon Musk. I fucking hate Elon Musk, which is one problem we would have at the dinner table. We would have arguments about Elon Musk. That is for sure. We would have arguments about Elon Musk. He's young still. Been involved with Smite for a while. He has a couple stains on his record, though. He has a couple stains on his record. Number one, Elon Musk. That's his number one stain. Number two, the vaccine thing. That's his number two stain. Number three is the Renegade stain. So he's got triple stains right now, which is dangerous. It's dangerous. The main thing, though, is Elon Musk. And I think for that reason, I can't. You can watch the YouTube video, Scream. Subscribe on YouTube for more content. He doesn't have a ring either. Trying to think of Fred and Salt. Yeah, I think they're on the same tier. I think Fred and Salt are the same. Aurora. He's wonderful. He's great. I really like Aurora. He's so kind. He's got a ring, which he would definitely let me touch. He'd let me wear it. He'd make me give him it back after, but he'd let me wear it. His parents, yeah, big ups. They're lovely. You've got to consider the genetics, though. Aurora, I don't think he digests food very well. And combining that with my lack of digesting food very well, I'm pretty sure our imaginary offspring might die from malnutrition. Which is a problem. It's a problem. You've got to consider that. You've always got to consider that. I'm not breeding Aurora. Well, I've got a child, and my child, theoretically, is going to sleep with Aurora, and that's going to produce a grandchild of mine. He does have an esports family, and Aurora's family are very supportive. They were going crazy at SWC at DreamHack when Splice won, which was really cool to see. I really liked that. He did eliminate me in the SWC, but I don't think he'd ever bring it up, you know? Whereas like PCAT, for example, PCAT would bring it up. He'd be like, "Oh man, Mr. Hey, this barbecue you made is bussin', but it's not as bussin' as that time I beat you in the Season 4 World Championship and then went on to win the whole thing. Know what I'm saying? Ratio." And I'd be like, "Fuck you, PCAT. Fuck you, Maxim." Whereas I think Aurora wouldn't bring it up. He'd probably never mention it unless I did. Max is in my head. It's very true. I'm gonna put Aurora's. He's one of these two for sure. Is he full top tier? I think he's full top tier. I think I like him that much. I think he's in there. He's very kind. I think he would live. Would he? I think he'd survive well outside of the Smite ecosystem as well. You know, he's got things going on. 3 support mains and a coach. The real roles. 2 roles that I've competed in, actually. No ADCs, funnily enough, even though I played that. Okay, Lairs. Lairs, he's come up in my estimation a lot, as of late. But there are problems here. My imaginary wife, can you imagine the stress she'd be under? Trying to keep the place clean enough at Christmas time. That would be a lot. I'd be getting fucking told off. I'd be bringing a beer through from the kitchen to the living room. She'd be like, "Use a coaster! Carry on a coaster! If you're going for a shit, go to the pub. You're not allowed to shit in the house for the next 3 days." Which I don't know if I could deal with very well. I don't know if I'd like that. He's a bit of a bad boy, too. I feel like I feel like he's more of a console bad boy than Baronic or Inbound for sure. I think his family would be nice. I think I'm a +1 on his family supporting him on online, even if even if it looks a bit, obviously you're going to support your family over everybody else. Even if it looks a bit silly at the time, I think it's actually quite nice that like his mum and his gran and stuff like that are all out there for him, and I don't blame them for it. I think it's cool. Yeah, there is the problem of like what would happen. What would happen after we have a great Christmas meal together? He goes up to the bedroom with my imaginary daughter. Doesn't know I've activated the microphone so I can hear. I was gonna turn it off if they got to bed. I just wanted to hear what they were talking. I just wanted to hear what they were talking about. And he's like, "Your dad's a bit of a fucking weird cuck, isn't he? He didn't even win Worlds, loser." I wouldn't like that. What if that happened? Wait, that would, yeah, especially the microphone thing with the word cuck. Yeah, okay, I deserve that. I deserve that. Giving everyone 1 tier above what they deserve? No, I'm not. I don't think anybody's been spinning kicked here. I'm gonna put layers in this would slowly turn my daughter against them tier. I'm worried about the state of my home. I'm not comfortable with it. What? You want him spin kicked? I think he's fine. He's gonna win Worlds this year, and he's gonna let me touch his ring because I put him here rather than even lower. It's gonna be beautiful. He's not gonna forgive me for this. What do you mean I can't put layers on his screen? Of course I can. Okay. Next up, chat. Benji. I think we're gonna have some disagreements over my placement of Benji, chat. I think we are. Benji, naturally talented, handsome, loves a night out, doesn't need to try to be good at things. But there's one problem here with Benji. He's a fuckboy. I'll say it. Benji's definitely. There's too much good going on here. He's a fuckboy. He's been too successful in life. Somebody needs to stop him. And at some point he's gonna come crashing down. Where's he gonna land? Where's he gonna land? Yeah, he comes over. I've been playing this new game, Benji. We've been playing this board game for the last 2 years. It's called Risk. You ever played it? He's like, no, I've never played it. And I'm like, all right, Benji, let's hit the Risk. And he fucking cleans up. He cleans house. He crushes us all. I can't be having that. In my own home! In my own home! Yeah, I'll have to take the L. I'll have to take the L. I do like him, though. I do like him. I'm worried about how good he is at things. And honestly, I'm worried about what he gets up to. Worried about what... I'm going to put him in would grudgingly accept. It's an asterisk, though. I think I worry about solo laners in general, I'll be honest. Who's the highest placed solo laner? Are there any solo laners above... That makes a lot of sense. There's no solo laners above grudgingly. Oh yeah, Hark the Shark. Forgot about Hark the Shark. Is Fino there as well? Oh yeah, Fino and Hark. You know what? Yeah, no, I do trust them. I trust them both. I trust them both. Hazer doesn't like Season 4 United. I love Season 4 United. But I do have Screaming Panda down low. You've got to go back and find out why I put them so... Cyclone spin. Another one with a you watched the VOD? I'm glad you watched this screen. You got in there. Okay. Spinner. He's quiet. He's quiet. I see another one where his mum is like active and follows him on Twitter and stuff like that and tweets about Smite, which I think is really nice. Really nice. I'm a fan of it. I trust him, I think. I trust him. He might turn my daughter against me. I worry about how many gacha games he plays. How much of his money is he going to spend on gacha games? I know he's been on that grind. Doesn't wear socks? Yeah, that's true. Probably less than I spend on alcohol? Listen, one of those is calories. Calories in, keeps you alive. If you consider that. I think Spin's a good lad. I trust him a little bit, but not enough to give him my full blessing. You'd 100% bring up the fact that he railed your daughter to win an argument, you think? I don't believe that. Do I believe that? I don't think so. He did it to me. He has a ring. That's true. Cyclone has a ring. He has an Xbox rings too, right? Mock my Neath gameplay? How's he gonna mock my Neath gameplay? No one can mock my Neath gameplay. I'm the GOAT. He's a menace in my own chat as well, Frosty, to be fair. He comes in my chat anytime I do a tier list normally and abuses me on how I've got everything very wrong. How I've placed him too high sometimes also. Oh, what the hell happened to the music? Continue watching, yes. I'm bored of this song, I'm skipping it. Give me a big tune here. I'm gonna put him in. I'm putting him in with grudgingly accept. Yeah, I'm gonna grudgingly accept Cyclone. I feel like he's another one who will probably do okay after Smite too. Seems like a switched on guy. I trust him. Trust him to a point. Trust him to a point. Hey Sam. How's it going? Paul. This penultimate member of the Tierlist Titans. He plays a lot of healers. That's my number one thing. What's he playing all those healers for? Why is he doing that? Why is he playing Afro all the time? What's he doing? Yeah, I do worry about he can't get involved in any manual labor because I've seen him sitting at a desk. I've seen his posture. His back's gonna snap. If I ask him, I'm like, Paul, I gotta take this out to the garage and build it up for my granddaughter, your daughter. And we're gonna build up this new castle you bought for Christmas. Let's build it up so it's ready to go on Christmas Day. He's gonna try and pick it up. He's gonna snap in half because of the way his spine's been treated for the last 10 years, which is a problem. It's a problem. What else have I got him for? We do have the same name as well. We have the same name. I can't have my daughter marrying someone with the same name as me? Are you kidding me? That's the most fucking, is it Oedipus complex thing ever? I don't know. I don't fucking care about psychology. Yeah, if she ever said my name, yeah, no, yeah. You know what? He's getting forbidden. He's not even turning against. He's forbidden. He's forbidden. You cannot have. Fuck that. Fuck that. Is it a spin kick? You know what? We've got to populate every section. He's getting fucking spin kicked. Afro main with the same name as me. He's out. He's gone. Oh, don't make me think about that. No, it's me giving my blessing to this person to date / marry my imaginary teenage daughter. I'm not having it. Oceans. Oceans. You can tell by the hair and the glasses that Oceans is a bit of a fuckboy. I'll say it. Straight up. Straight up. He's a bit of a fuckboy. He does seem cool, though. And he seems very polite. I think he'd be very polite. He definitely, like my wife, imaginary wife, would approve. Would approve of Oceans. They'd like her. They'd like him, rather. How much of my blessing would I give him? I'd give him my full blessing. I think he's cool. He's been around for a while. You know. He's never had any, as far as I'm aware, he's never had any drama while on the Smite scene, which is good. It's a good sign. Ducky! He's so pliable. He's so pliable. He's so lovely. There's not even any point. He's straight in there. He's straight in there. I'd love him to be around forever. I don't have to pretend here. Solo laner. Yeah, he's a fake solo laner though, I'll say it. Okay. Johnny Boy. Fantastic player. Plays a lot of low key. It's something you have to worry about. There's something you have to worry about. He does play a lot of low-key, a lot of Quang. He plays the typical gods you would associate with somebody in ranked that you don't want to be playing with anymore. You're like, oh, fuck you, man. I'm going to report you for being an asshole. You know? Like, if you saw somebody just play low-key and out Quang, you'd be like, yeah, they're awful. And they're probably going to threaten to go AFK in this game. Speaks another language? Yeah, speaking another language is always a plus. A lot of these European players who aren't from the UK do. Us UK folk, terrible. Did get a pentakill. Is a good guy. Don't lump us AO mains in with the Lokis. Sorry, you're already in there. What other language do you fucking speak, Sam? Leeds Onion. I'm confused. What is it? Sign language? What, BSL? No, you don't. I speak I know BSL. You fuck know BSL? You don't know fucking BSL. No fucking shot. What does this mean? Let me think of a good one. What does that mean? That means wash up and open the fryer. No, that means broken laptop. Right. Liar. Move him down the tier list. He's going return. I actually do know sign language, by the way. Fun fact. Okay. Johnny Boy. I grudgingly accept him. I don't trust him that much, but I trust him enough to say he could be in there. Amelito. Emil. He's a two-time. You've got to say he is a two-time. First of all, he's a two-time. He soloed a lot of people in the SPL, but he is a menace. He drinks well, actually. And I like, Emil and I speak about drink a lot and speak about whiskey a lot, which is a definite plus for him. He likes to drink and he likes to drink nice things. And I think, judging by what happened in Stockholm, he could drink me under the table still. I'm an older guy now. I like him. And I trust him. I think I would give him my full blessing. I'm gonna give him my full blessing. Rafa. I worry about him. Can Raf be trusted? He's been pretty trustworthy. I've teamed with him. And you know, he's good to be around. He's a bit older, which is, yeah, he's a bit older. Rafa said he would leave SPL. He said he would probably leave SPL. I don't think he ever actually said he would. Which is fun facts. He's a good guy under his troll. He's a family-oriented bloke. I totally agree with that. I think Raf really cares about his family. I think hanging out with him would be nice. ML Chugs me is very true. Didn't he make a retirement trip longer? I don't think so. Adapting definitely did. I don't know if Rafa did. Seems like a bit of a troll. Raf is a troll. He is a troll for sure. Would I trust him? I'm gonna slowly turn my daughter against Raf. I like Raf, but I don't think I'd like my daughter dating Raf. I don't think I'd trust him. I feel like something would go wrong there. Someone would go tits up. Although I think he will do well out of Smite. I think he's one of those that will, is mature enough. Anyway, I'm gonna do zeros before Tigress. Zeros. He's got baggage. He's got baggage. We've had problems with teams. And anger problems for zeros. He's apparently toxic. He's a great organizer, which I think could be an asset to any family. I think he likes to be in there. Christmas Day, he'd be sorting out the... he'd probably do the cooking, I think. Can he cook? I think I'd love to get to know Yvonne. But he is a Neath player. I was going to put him in spinning kick. Yeah, you know what? He goes spinning kick. He spun kicked. Can't be trusted. Tigress. The final member and the lone woman in the tier list. Yeah, I'm going to poke holes in the condom because that doesn't make any sense. And I feel like that's the ideal place to put her. It makes so much sense. Poke holes in the... Why she got condoms? I don't understand. I poked holes in them to find out what would happen. Check the sheets the next day. Interesting. This is my tier list. To prevent STIs? Yeah, but if they're in a committed relationship. What do you mean to prevent STIs? What do you mean to prevent STIs? What are they putting... we can talk about this later, Ivan. You can tell me about things later. Can we get teams' points added up? We could. But yeah, I'm going to close out the YouTube video here. Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been a how long? 1 hour, 15 minutes or so? Long video about which SPL player I would let sleep with or marry, or, you know, be in a relationship with my imaginary 22, 23-year-old daughter, something like that. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you did. Comment, subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure to be very kind to everybody else in the chat. I'll see you later. Bye.